He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chiefs and the Titans on Monday night.
One of the best smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you under the lights. We'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offense...
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, the second-round pick out of Kentucky, Will Levis.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Tony Pollard. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Throwing is Levis. And is caught by the man wearing 0, Calvin Ridley.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 1st and 10. Now, Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw again. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. That one is good. And the Chiefs will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Titans offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They had the interception on that opening drive. It only led to a field goal, so 3-0 as the offense comes back out 1st and 10. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, here's Levis. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
A pickup there of 28 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and that will lead to a 2nd down. From the gun, it's Levis. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, Levis. Got his man at the 6. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Man in motion, it's Diggs. They'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Now it is 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Pollard. And a short pickup there, down to the 12. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Again, they try Pollard. And he's going to have just a couple here, but there is a marker on the field as well.
Offense.
They get the former first-rounder out of Northwestern, Peter Skoronski. The task a bit tougher as they face second and goal. Here's Levis. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. Look there. He comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. Rice open. He's got it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line. Here's Mahomes. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw is Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He keeps it himself. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll take off again.
Holding offense.
Mahomes back. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Mahomes. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On fourth down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 6-3 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Levis to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
A 2nd down throw here for Levis. He's got it. That's Burks. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. To throw is Levis. That's taken in by Burks. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now Pollard. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. The option. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Levis to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
2nd down and 3. Off the play fake, it's Levis. Now a deep ball here for Ridley. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. They get the Alabama man, the former 1st-round pick, J.C. Latham. Throwing on 2nd down, Levis in trouble, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
They go play action with Levis. The pressure all over him. He goes down again. George Karlaftis, the former Boilermaker, in there for the sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And it's 4th down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after 1st down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3-and-out.
That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Titans offense ready for this next possession. Levis to throw it here on 1st down. Back to the outside. He's got Diggs.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple...
And he will score. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown Titans. That his 1st touchdown this year.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Seibert's extra point is true. And the Titans open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense headed back to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 84 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Titans' offense and receiver Calvin Ridley set to take over for this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Levis. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. From the gun, it's Levis. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. A tight end in motion now. First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And a pickup of 3, or maybe 4. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. On second down, Levis. He's going to tuck it and go. 20-yard pickup there. First down for Tennessee.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. On play action, here's Levis. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Joshua Williams on the tackle. A gain of 7.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Levis to throw on first and 10. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Out of the shotgun, Levis. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Now Levis. Throwing right. It's taken in.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
This one caught at the 4. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. From the gun on third down, here's Levis. And he'll take it on in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee. Seibert out now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Titans make the lead 4. It is 17-13. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. Mahomes now to throw on second down. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. On first down, it's Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where you see the final score there. Josh Allen, a very good performance.
And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's Xavier Worthy and his Kansas City teammates getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll be brought down at the 45. T'Vondre Sweat there on the tackle. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Now a give on the ground. Third and a yard.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 1.
Now whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic first down.
Here's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. They'll come up here on second down and 5.
At the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Third down and 8.
Mahomes going to throw here on third down. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Mahomes now to throw again. To the outside, catch made by Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice.
Holding offense.
That's on Joe Thuney. Off the play fake. Mahomes. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be brought down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Gray is the motion man here. One more time with Pacheco. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. Looking for that final yard. It's third and goal. They'll run with Pacheco. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down.
It's now fourth and goal.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs cut the deficit down to 1.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and quarterback Will Levis ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll come up here, first and 10. Throwing is Levis. Pass to the outside. He's got Diggs. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's second and 10. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Throwing on second down, Levis. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. Third down, 3 to go. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Man in motion, it's Diggs. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Third and long. Here's Levis. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. And here comes fourth down. They'll run for it, and it's Pollard. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
The Chiefs offense and Xavier Worthy getting set to take over once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. So, from the 36, it is first and 10. They put Kelce in motion. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So, as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Second down and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
The throw on the run is complete. First grab of the game for Brown. Good enough for a first down.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on third down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
Set to go now on first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on second and 2. Gray is the motion man here. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. The safety, Justin Simmons, with the stop. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Mahomes back. He'll try to run for it. And Mahomes, as smart as they come, hits the deck, but he's got the first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Receiver in motion, headed left. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back. They face 2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup for 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now, Mahomes. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money. Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
A 49-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Powers to start this drive. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. He's going to keep this again. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
The Titans sending out their punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Now Mahomes. That's caught downfield. It's Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard.
17-yard line.
To the air once more. It's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Mahomes from out of the pistol. No chance at all. He'll go down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. And they'll begin it with 1st and 10. They send Ridley in motion. Levis to throw on 1st and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They need one right now. 3rd and long. Here's Levis. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now a handoff to Pollard. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They send Ridley in motion. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
A gain there of 24 yards. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They send Ridley in motion. A 2nd down throw here for Levis. He's got it. That's Burks. And he's into the end zone. Traylon Burks. Touchdown, Titans. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now, an extra point really doesn't help that much. We'll try to go for 2 and make the difference 3. He'll swing that out wide, and he is not able to get to the goal line, so they stop him, cannot bump the lead up to 3. It remains a 1-point game. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
We're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything. Maybe a reason he got so free. To throw is Levis. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Again, it's Pollard. And you'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Here's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete. That's the tight end, Noah Gray. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Mahomes on 1st down. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. This is 1st and 10. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game...
And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Levis to throw it here on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So a big spot for Austin Seibert. This to potentially send us to overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. Another try, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in
Pass
late.
interference.
He
Defense.
might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long from Arrowhead.